I told you, you know.
That's a mic check for all you people out there. That's a Micus Checkus. Checkus 1 2 3. Checkus Marcus 1 2 3. Hey, anybody out there named Marcus? Marcus, can you check this for me? Hey, my lovely, beautiful, and ever so talented sound engineer helper lady. How do I sound? Do I sound seductive? Do I sound forceful? Do I sound like I know how to handle a microphone? And that is a double entendre. You can go ahead and put it in the chat. Wiggity, wiggity, wiggity. Wiggity rap. Oh, she says she don't hear nothing. Ah, the miracle of delays. Abraham DeLacy, Giuseppe Casey, Thomas O'Reilly. Tell me, what was wrong with that sentence? Thomas O'Reilly. O'Reilly the alley alligator. And here we go, friends. Be prepared for the most punamous punum in the punamous universe. Ready, coming at you. And 3, 2, eep. Hi! Hi, everybody! Welcome. Dimitri here, your friendly neighborhood Heyoka. Coming at you live from Frosting Paradise. This is Dimitri, your main man. And here I am today, giving you all the things that Corbin, my man, could not give you. Letting some people coming in through. Oh, look at Mama Anna. Look at Mama Anna coming in hard, coming in good with the, says she can hear me fine. Good, good. I enjoy your beat bop sound off. Heck yes. It's what I do. It's what I do. Beatboxing is cool. You guys want to be impressed by some people doing some pretty amazing things with their mouths? Don't look at X-rated stuff. Look at beatboxers. Speaking of X-rated, oh, what are we talking about today, my loveliest of lovelies? Oh, we're talking about the incomparable, inconsequential, incontinent, incompetent, and highly, highly inerect Deadpool and Wolverine. A movie review. A review of a movie where we review the movie. There's a movie and we're reviewing it. Now, I am an auteur of sorts. I have made dozens of dollars in my pursuit of filmmaking and acting. Hold on, let me get some Liberian whiskey. Tastes like chicken. But here, my friends, hey, yeah, we're coming up into a lovely little thing. We're gonna review Deadpool and Wolverine. Here, I got a little fun box for you. Hey, you ready for the box? You ready for the box? Yep. Yeah, Deadpool and Wolverine. Hold on, let's get a little transition right there. Boom. Oh yeah, that's probably something I should say. Yeah, spoilers? No, not at first. Not at first. I'll give you a nice little rundown, kind of give you my thoughts on some certain things, but I'll try and keep it vague as funk, okay? And I know my dear old mummy is watching. I know my dear mummy is watching. Please forgive all the highly, highly adult themes and type things I'm going to do today, because this is Deadpool and Wolverine, and that's what we excel at. In fact, I that's kind of how I operate. That's my default is lots of cuss words and highly vulgar things for the most part. But within those cuss words and other things, I try to keep it just a little bit classy. Just a tiny bit classy. Just a tiny bit of the class. You need a tiny bit of class with all the vulgarity, or else it's too much sweet. It's like Cinnabon just melting in your overzealous and ever so moanful mouth. And you can only take so much Cinnabon at one time. And Cinnabon is my neighbor's wife's name. Oh, I am full of it. That is what she said. Yada da 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 do. But for anybody out there in the stream, go ahead and just release the stream. Okay? Let it all go. Let it all go. Yeah, holding the stream mid-urination isn't that hard, is it? I have no idea. I don't, actually, it's quite painful. Mama Gonzalez said, Mama Anna said like a pecan pie. Let it go like a pecan. I do love a good pecan pie. My family makes some pretty damn good pecan pies. Pretty damn good pecan pies, if you ask me. Some of the best in the world. I've never been around the world, but if I had, I probably would still have the same argument. Yeah, let me fix my my new and improved microphone. Let's get this closer to my mouth. Let's go. Oh, nope, nope, nope. All right. So we're already starting the discussion. Yes, my friends, if you go on Brother Bars, I will advocate Brother Bars all the live long day. For those of you who don't know what it is, head over to Nani Cakes on Instagram. I'll go over to Insta on the gram, Insta to the gram, and head over to Nani Cakes, where my lovely and talented bakeress of a sister can bake you one of the best desserts ever made by human fingers, called Brother Bars. It's like the sexy upgraded cousin of a pecan bar. Just a nice, I've talked about it before on, I think on my first or second stream. Yeah, it's good. So here we are, friends, talking about Deadpool and Wolverine, starring the incomparable and inconceivable. Here, let's do that real quick. Ryan Reynolds. And that's it. That's the only person who stars in the movie. Ryan Reynolds. Oh, that's a lie. We have a whole slew of characters because there's the mere. If you can stay away, I will say, if you can stay away from spoilers, friends, of Deadpool and Wolverine, if it's possible to do that, go. But you don't want to miss them. And you know, if they. It's kind of like I'm of the mindset that sometimes a spoiler isn't the worst thing. Sometimes like the how can be like a really cool, the how can be a really cool, still just as surprising as the being completely taken asunder by something that happens in the film. I can get behind that. I can really be okay with that happening, as long as you get, as long as you can still enjoy whatever media that you're looking at. It's okay. I like it. So even a spoiler isn't so bad, because then you see how the spoiler came about, and it's still a lot of fun. I talked about it in my Game of Thrones review, where I knew so many things that had happened. Some things took me by surprise. Don't get me wrong. There are some things. Burp, excuse me. It's all that Indonesian whiskey. There's some things in that film that in the film, the Game of Thrones, the movie, 5 books above 500, almost 1,000, thousands and thousands of pages, just condensed into 2 hours of film. No. Game of Thrones. I had some spoilers going on in there, and some things really surprised me. Some things I already knew about, given all the discourse and the things, because I was super late to the Game of Thrones. But still, when I watched it, it was very surprising how it led up to that, and I was like, "Oh, this is how we got to this moment." Oh my God! Oberyn! Oh my God! Daenerys! Oh my God! Flaming people on fire! Oh my God! Jaime Lannister! Oh my God! Tyrion whipping it out. His wit. What do you guys think I was talking about? My God, you're nasties. All of you are nasties. You're nasties. Every single one of you should be taken to the prison and nasties. Nastified. All right, so like I said, my friends, we're going in to Deadpool und Wolverine. A review from yours truly, your friendly neighborhood Heyoka, Dimitri. And just to reiterate, like I said, no spoilers for the first part. So you skip ahead to a specific time code. Maybe I'll put it in there after I edit the video. And then you come back and we discuss just a little bit. All right? Okay. Here we go. Dun, 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 dun. No, I can do a better like cinematic. No, that's I might get sued by TriStar if I got it. Run dun, run dun, run dun. Fox, 20th Century Fox is gonna sue me too, so I probably shouldn't keep doing that. Okay. Anyways, Heyoka Unleashed movie reviews. Heyoka Unleashed movie reviews. Movie reviews. Here we go. First of many. So, Deadpool versus Wolverine. This movie is a slap-kneed, wonky, completely deranged and gross, vulgar, hilarious ride train hype thingy. Okay, this movie slaps butt cheeks so hard. If I can sum it up in a word, complete, just a singular word, it's moist fun. It's one word. Pretty sure it's Finnish or Sprechen Sie Deutschland. Moist fun. It is moist fun. That is this movie. No, anyway, yes, no, this movie is so much fun. Marvel Studios, Ryan Reynolds, the whole production team, everybody involved, we're really trying to smack this one out of the park. And if you look at some of the numbers going into Deadpool and Wolverine, well, oh my goodness, this thing is BEA beautiful. It is killing it at the box office. If numbers like that kind of are your thing, if it's any indication about how good a property is doing. Oh, look at Blind Owl. It's Deadpool's roommate and potential frenemy. Why he tolerates her, why she tolerates him, I have no idea. It's fun. Deadpool is sort of grounded in some type of his own reality and his stakes and his connections, interpersonal self and everything like that. It gives us something to latch onto as well. So kudos, always and forever. It's Deadpool and Wolverine. They're stabbing and shooting. They're entertaining. You're not really gonna be bored in this movie. It pretty much packs it all in into I think it's just under 2 hours. So it's really it picks up at a pretty decent pace. I've heard some reviewers say that it lags a little bit in the middle. I could see the point, but I never felt that, because everything was always at the very least everything was always kind of picked up in pace. For even a part that lags, sort of just kind of picks up. It always just if it slows down, it's never all that noticeable in my opinion, and it always keeps chugging. Even if it slows down, there's always motion going on, if you catch my metaphor. Now, with all that praise and all that business, does it mean it is a perfect film? Well, the answer might surprise you. Here's a hint. No, it is not a perfect film. There are some particular narrative things and some certain motivations going on within the story that I felt were a little disingenuous. Okay, there was a little bit of arthritis in the bones of the story, and there was a little bit of cracks in the booty cheeks. Little bit of crack. I mean, they're nice. Of one real perfect film that I could stand behind all the live long day, and that's busty butt beauties, sexy vixens issues. Oh no, excuse me, volumes 7 through 22. Yeah, those movies are pretty much perfect. All those busty, bootyful vixens were just giving it their all. So yeah, I will say, much like the Concrete Johnson in Naked Gun, this movie is hard to review. It is throbbing hard to review. Because Deadpool can kind of get away with a lot of things that the weaknesses aren't that detrimental to the film, because you don't go into a Deadpool movie or a movie like this, highly stylized action comedy that just so happens to have Marvel slapped on it. You don't go into it expecting you're not expecting citizens throbbing Kane. Okay, you're not going in there expecting No Country for Very, Very Horny Old Men. Okay, you just really, it's fun, and it just delivers on that. Yeah. Uh-oh. Don't know if it's just me, but I keep freezing. When I froze, did I at least look really cool? Might be our internet because he's freezing on mine too. Uh-oh. All right, let me know, friends. Let me know. Let me just take a look at the chat real quick. Screech. Let me stop the momentum right quick just to make sure. My friends, are we good? Is there anything you want me to reiterate? Do you want me to come back to? Go ahead and throw it up in the chat. Because I could always come back. I could always come back. Stephanie T says you're not frozen currently. That's good. That's good. Should I, like I said, is there anything I should go back to? Did it stop at any particular point where I was, I was just dropping, PhD levels of knowledge and analysis and explanation and total intellectual yet emotionally engaging synthesis of ideas to Deadpool and Wolverine? Am I still okay? Am I still rocking? Do I need to go back and reiterate anything because of the frozens? Anybody out there who hasn't been who doesn't know? Hi, I'm Dimitri, your friendly neighborhood Heyoka. This is all pretty much me. I have somebody just making sure. I have my lovely partner making sure I sound okay and the video is going good. But I can only monitor so many things, and I don't see if I'm frozen, it doesn't show up on my end. I wonder if that's a way, like, I don't know if it's my particular streaming service or my particular streaming app. Don't think so? Okay. All right. So if that's the case, I'm gonna go. Wer was I? Yes, of course. Of course, out of all the places for Jerry Stephanie Camacho, mine froze on concrete pen. Of course, that's just my luck. My joke, of course, did not land of the concrete Johnson from Naked Gun, because that's what it is. Frank Drebin was assaulting someone with the concrete dildos. No, but here, like I said, point reiterated. Something like Deadpool, I feel, is kind of hard to review in a technical or narrative sense, because you're not really going there for that. You don't go to Deadpool to try to have an existential roller coaster ride of emotion or anything like that. Like I said, it's got some heart, but that's not the meal you're eating. Okay, that's not the book you're reading, and that's not the way you're taking it. This is not the rusty trombone saxophone to Georgia East Calway. Okay, this is pretty straight up reverse cowgirl on a donkey bath. Okay, so it's okay. That's what you're there for. You want something that's particularly fun and exciting and just does what it does, and the story helps wrap all that kind of stuff into a pretty neat little bow. So that's my main sort of of critical lens for Deadpool and Wolverine. And like I said, some things narratively kind of take a little bit of a left me guessing on a few amount of things as to why they made that particular narrative choice. Some of those choices I felt were unnecessary, given the motivation of Deadpool and the circumstances in which he goes about those types of motivations is very. I felt that they were kind of unnecessary. Especially with the theme that I think they were trying to go about, at least from what I've seen from the production and the director and Ryan Reynolds, really exploring the nature of purpose and what that means for someone like Deadpool. Wolverine is basically goes into that a little bit with purpose, but more so a redemption because of who the Wolverine is. That stuff made a lot of sense with Logan, because he's always been kind of a very tragic, so painful hero to just really root for, because my man's just been through everything and the kitchen sink and 12 hours of filming a non-lubricated scene. Like, that's just taxing on poor old man Logan. Whereas Deadpool, you kind of get away a little bit with you can get away with a little bit of more lax nature of Deadpool, in my opinion. And real quick, friends, I'm only really covering the cinematic universe of Deadpool. I've only read a few issues of Deadpool, and nowhere near as much as to cover the entirety of the canon. Everything, any type of in-depth knowledge that I have of Deadpool is usually from watching, videos and essayists and people who really take the comic book medium to like their core, and I'm just learning from them. But nowadays, rarely have I ever had firsthand experience on the narratives going on with Deadpool. So I'm just covering the basics of, covering the basis of the movies. So just know that it's just looking at it through the lens of cinema. And I know that there's always little Easter eggs, little nuggets, little inspirations that come from the comic books, and they throw them into the movies. But I know that sometimes that's very hard to land, because we're talking about years of mythos and things going into a 2-hour movie, even in three sequels and stuff like that, or 3 total movies. That's still a lot of information and a lot of little potential impossible story beats to go into Deadpool and Wolverine. So yeah, So I think I'm just sticking to the cinematic universe. And to wrap up this nice little review sandwich, I mean, I can't honestly say there was like a bad performance. I mean, Ryan Reynolds, my man was tailor-made for Mr. Wade Wilson and deads the shit out of Poole, you know, like he's just this is his iconic role. And I do give a shout out to let me go ahead and by the way, that's Sean Levy. Sean Levy, you can see his picture right there, friends. Boopy doop. Nope, can you see his picture? Picture. Pikachu. Come here. Picture. There you are. That's the director of Deadpool. Right there. Deadpool and Wolverine. But let me give a special shout out to, I forgot my man's name. Deadpool. Release date came out, what, July 26th, right? I think my man has... So the Deadpool video game is one thing, and I think my man who Nolan North. My man, he's a pretty kick-ass Deadpool as well. This man, and I think, if I'm not mistaken, he's actually voiced some of Deadpool. He's voiced some of the Deadpools in some of the cartoons, I believe. He's awesome at it. But yeah, I just wanted to give a lovely shout out to that, to my man right there, Nolan North. Nolan, King of the North. Everybody does fantastic, and I mean, the return of Mr. Huge Ekman, Mr. Gigantic Jackman, that guy was also probably tailor-made to play Ligon. That's how an American says Ligon in Australian who's not Australian. That means Wolverine, Ligon. No, but for real, my man Hugh Jackman, awesome as Logan as always, and one of the greatest openings as it actually probably is my favorite opening to Deadpool of the three films. This opening is probably my favorite. All of you NSYNC fans are just gonna jiggle in your little pantaloons because of the hilarious thing that happens. But a great opening scene in Deadpool and Wolverine. Slash with the open, but everybody just, and you have like people reprising their roles too. So Morena Baccarin, you know, his lovely Vanessa, Miss Daphne King, you know her as X-23, little Miss Vamonos. Oh my goodness, she's just cool, so beautiful. You know, they got some of the things that I don't want to say it to anything into the thing. Miss Emma Corrin, Cassandra Nova, she's the big baddie. There's another baddie in here. There's kind of like a B-level baddie by Matthew McFadden. Matthew, right, my man right here, Matthew McFadden. Sort of a underling bad guy, but yeah, Mama Cassandra Nova. Interesting, very interesting villain. And like I said, sometimes if there was to be it's not necessarily a complaint. I'm not complaining, but like, kind of like Denzel Washington in the Equalizer series. Don't get me wrong. I actually really, really love Denzel. I think my man is one of the powerhouse actors of our generation. And I actually quite enjoy the Equalizer series, because who doesn't love a kick-ass badass just taking care of assholes everywhere and just being really cool while he does it? That's Denzel. I'm pretty sure Denzel actually does that shit in real life. It just beats people's asses who are being assholes. One sort of crack in the booty that I would say that the movies like The Equalizer has is I never actually feel like Denzel is in any type of danger. And I'm not even saying that that's necessarily a bad thing, because like I said in the like, that's not the meal you're eating. You know what I mean? Are you following the metaphor? The meal you're eating is not that to where you're like, oh man, like I think Denzel might lose. So there's, I don't know if y'all see this, but like there's a picture of Pedro Pascal. I love this man. I want to work with this man so bad. It'd be freaking awesome. He's gonna be our awesome Mr. Fantastic soon. Can you see it? No, am I in the way? Here, I can change screens. Whoop, there it is. Pedro Pascal, right there. He's in the second Equalizer. He's one of the baddies. Spoilers, I guess. Sorry. Yeah. I never feel like Denzel is in any type of danger in those movies. It has nothing really to do with the acting or the direction per se. Might be the script. But the thing is, he is so efficient and he's such a badass, and he always seems to really kind of carry, like he's got everything under control. He's never really like worried. He always kind of seems to have things handled, because the bad guys that he comes up against with, it doesn't seem like it's anything new. And like I said, I don't even have a problem with that. I love those type of action films. But that's the type of meal you're eating. That is what you are. That is the type of thing you are going to ingest when you watch a movie like that. I bring that up because that's how I feel with Deadpool. He never, like, I think he could have been around with Thanos and even with the whole snap situation, and there would have been too much levity and fourth wall breaking for it to really start to mess with somebody like Deadpool, because he's Deadpool and he has a consciousness that's only shared by one other character. Can you guess which? Can you guess which character breaks the fourth wall like that, friends? I'll give you a hint. It's She-Hulk. And from what I hear tell, She-Hulk was the first giant, lovely green giant mama to do that. She was the first in the Marvel universe, from what I understand. I'll have to look that up. Let's see, actually. Let's take some education in there. In the meantime, let's take a look. Stephanie T says Marvel isn't cinema. Uh-oh. Jerry Stephanie Camacho. Oh, is that the vibrations going in there? Martin Scorsese said that. Yes, he did. So I love having original thoughts, but as far as for the thing that Martin Scorsese said in relation to Marvel and cinema and everything like that, I kind of feel completely kindred with what Kevin Smith said in response to what Martin Scorsese said. Basically to the effect of, obviously Scorsese has garnered a place in the strata as one of the greatest filmmakers of all time. I wouldn't even just say of the recent like generations, like of all time. He's a fantastic filmmaker, and he knows his cinema. But it really comes down to what the definition of cinema is to you. If it's just about going in there, enjoying yourself, and evoking an emotion and having a real experience when you sit down with popcorn and candy and a hole at the bottom of the popcorn, if you're going to get freaky with the date, then absolutely the MCU is cinema. Is it just like others? You know, it's not. It's just different. And I'd say it obviously has weaknesses and flaws and insertions from people who evidently subscribe to what it means to make a profit using the medium of film, rather profiting on the medium of film in order to invest in the art of it, as opposed to just the monetary gains of it. Like, you want film, arguably our most powerful medium in this day and age, to like resonate really hard. And it's like, you know, of course there's weaknesses in cinema. And I also think what Scorsese probably meant is that you know, just like a diet, if you only ingest Marvel Cinematic Universe, or even DC, if you only ingest like the easy things, let me rewind. If you only ingest what Marvel provides in the whole of your cinematic diet, you are missing out. If only blockbuster mega hits, popular culture things are what you're kind of mixing with, you're missing out on a pretty vast array of other types of, you know, media nutrition that you can intake. You know, it's just like food. If you only take in, like, you know, and don't get me wrong, I love them. If you only take in BJ's, TGI Fridays, Applebee's, IHOP, Taco Bell, Del Taco, like, these are great. Like, I love all of these things. I really do. But if that's all you eat, you're kind of depriving yourself of other things to try and nourish your body and experience in a different way. You know, it's a lot like, I know, the metaphor between food and cinema is just so, it's beautiful. Stephanie T asks, do you feel those same things toward a character like John Wick? As far as for like the Equalizer and Deadpool? Yes. A little bit. Like, at no point in John Wick's 1 through 4 did I ever think John was in like the realest of danger. And that's only because I've seen a lot of action films like that. So, you know, when you watch a lot of things, you kind of like expect this. It's like anybody who experiences a wide array of anything. It's like you kind of understand the patterns, you understand the rhythms. You know, you get a sense. You know, you get a little sense, you get a little taste. You get a little taste of the things, and then you can kind of call it. You know, you call it just a little wee. So I didn't feel. I think once, and more so, I wasn't necessarily like nervous, but I was curious. It was in the first John Wick when he was captured, when he had his whole like, took that from me. He's like, when he's like, and Vigo's like, you kill him, and they put a bag over his head, and he fights, and then, but then Willem Dafoe has to save him. Yeah. So no, I did kind of feel that way with John Wick. It's just that it didn't bother me. That because I'm not necessarily watching that for the suspense. It's not like watching Saving Private Ryan and wonder how Tom Hanks and Tom Sizemore and Vin Diesel are going to get out of fighting in D-Day. You know, it's not that type of film. It's not. It was a really tense. Trying to think. Going through my mental high stakes Rolodex. Hold on, real quick. Wow. I cannot type with my big clown hands. Two. Break the 4. Oh, let's just see when of all time. Oh, that's I mean, that's kind of interesting that there's a picture of She-Hulk. But one of the earliest recorded breakings of the fourth wall in serious cinema was Mary McLean's 1918 silent film Men Who Have Made Love to Me, in which the enigmatic author who portrays herself interrupts the vignettes on screen to address the audience directly. Oh, hey, I didn't know that. Let's try Marvel character. Was it She-Hulk? Oh, okay. So yeah. Looks like Mama She-Hulk took the fourth. Interesante. I like that. That's cool. I'd be curious to wonder, like, narratively, why they chose to have She-Hulk be. Well, I wonder what was the inspiration to have She-Hulk be the one to break all kinds of stuff like that. That's cool. All right. You learn something new every day. Okay, so whoop. That's what I'm saying, friends. So that is my total assessment right now. If you want to get into the nitty and the gritties of the thing, go ahead, pause the stream, go watch the film right fucking now, and I'll be waiting. Okay, I'm very patient. Go ahead. Are you back? Nah, it's okay. Just pause it, come back, and we'll talk about things. But for this particular one, we'll see. If anybody here wants me to get into the nitty gritty, go ahead and let me know. I'm gonna just adjust some of my settings here. Ugh. Oh yeah. I like to stream on the toilet. Yep. Yeah, in case any of you didn't know, yes, I am on the toilet, and if you hear just stretching and groans of absolute pain, that's just my toilet trying its best. That's what crippling diarrhea sounds like, friends. All right, let's see, just a little more. Just a little more. Gotta put the camera down just a little more. Gonna look at the stream just a little more. Gonna play this clip just a little bit. Start from the beginning. So let me know, friends. Throw them in the chats. If not, we can move on to the caca section. Look at that. Look at that handsome bastard. Just both of these guys, just handsome bastards. I hate you guys so much for being so handsome. Like, it's just not fair for guys like me to just not be that handsome. It's just not fair. TGI Fridays is the best. Steph says, and I quote Stephanie T. TGIF is the best of the restaurant franchises? I have to get back to you on that. Maybe at one point it was Norms. I think I used to really like Norms. if you're tuning in from a different part of the country, friends, let me know. Let me know what parts of across the country or even the world. If I don't know if I have anybody international checking out my channel, but if you have anything that's if you have an awesome chain restaurant that where you're from that's just like peak everything, I would love to hear it. Stephanie T asks, do you prefer Applebee's or TGI Fridays? I think right now the one that comes immediately to my mind is Applebee's because of the song. Fancy like. Although legit, I haven't been in a while. I have not been to Applebee's in a long time. No, and honestly, I haven't been to TGI Fridays in a long time. Wow. You know, I remember when me and the Pa and Ma, we would go over to these restaurant franchises, and it was like going to the circus, someplace magical. The waitress would sit you down, you and the family, little baby Jean squeaking in her trailer, just happy to be anywhere else but home, eating her Gerber baby food. And we were all there laughing, and she would say, "Sweetheart, would you like some crayons to color?" And I said, "Yes, please, ma'am." And then very soon she'd bring over my chicken tenders and applesauce. And I thought to myself as I looked lovingly to Mom and Pa, well, I don't think I need to seek heaven, because it sure seems to be here with me right now. Heaven is chicken tenders and applesauce. Those were the good old days. Those were the good days. Chicken tenders and applesauce. Applesauce and chicken tenders. Sometimes I would dip the chicken tenders in the applesauce, and all kinds of fecal matter would fire out my buttocks like a hydrant that just got ran over by a fire truck. And no, the irony is not lost, even on a 6-year-old. Anyway, the best of the best is Cheesecake Factory. You know, that's probably, you know, just objectively, you're probably right. Cheesecake Factory is probably the best. I can't think of anything though. It's been a while since we've been to like the chain of the chains, you know? The chain restaurants. Chain. Because I kind of feel like in my particular perception, there are items from each sort of chain that I really dig, you know? Like for example, my oldest sister actually got me onto the avocado rolls over at BJ's. Those are delicious. I really like those. You know, the Cheesecake Factory, some of those cheesecakes recently, not too long ago, we ordered a mango cheesecake. It was like a gluten-free cheesecake, I think, or something. It was just a little healthier, but it was delicious. It was like a mango puree cheesecake. It was really good, I think. Is what you know, Applebee's, you go for the shakes, and maybe you go for what do they got? Applebee's bottomless something. They got bottomless something over at Applebee's. I remember their shakes being pretty good. Red Robin They got pretty good burgers. Sizzler. Oh man, going back to I love that. I love that cheese bread. I really have to stop drinking after midnight. For those of you who are like, oh, it's not even midnight. I'm like, it's midnight somewhere, and I've been drinking all day. Yeah. Oh yeah, see that probably would speak to my inner glutton. Is I like buffets. So yeah, hometown was amazing. I almost died at a Golden Corral. That was interesting. We used to go to a near my father's old work. We used to go to a really good Chinese food buffet. They had really good food. Hometown does hold a special place in our hearts. You rest in peace, hometown buffet. Come back. Come back not as hometown, come back as home city buffet. A little upgrade. Home nation buffet. Jerry Stephanie Camacho says, hey brother, remember Sundowners? I absolutely remember Sundowners. They too had kick-ass like cheese garlic bread. And pretty good steaks from what I remember. You know what should happen? Deadpool should open a string of restaurants. Maybe he has. Let's double check on that right quick. I want to see. Has Deadpool ever opened a restaurant? I like the Google thing is like, has Deadpool ever opened a restaurant in Los Angeles? I have a feeling Deadpool would not open a restaurant in Los Angeles. I think he'd open a restaurant someplace way more like just obscure, like just a random city in like Minnesota or something, or like Montana. Just. I ate 4 Deadpool and Wolverine DiGiorno's pizzas. What? What? Yeah, he should though. What I'm saying is like basically Deadpool should go ahead and switch that to that. Deadpool should open a restaurant with like his favorites. So basically what it would be is like a chimichanga and some pizza stuff, and you get a free butt plug with every order of the special, which is always fun. Can I yeah, see Stephanie T knows. He just opens a chimichanga restaurant. Yep. And sometimes the butt plug is in the chimichanga, and that's like a real special occasion. You get to you think you get like, it's like the punch card. So when the butt plug is in the chimichanga, that's when you know you get like you're the millionth customer. Yay, yay, yay. Now you get chimichangas for life. Hopefully you don't choke on the butt plug. Still in Fontana. Hey, cousin, yeah, chef. Still in Fontana. Sundowner's still there. All right. So hey, all right. The pandemic. Oh, wouldn't have that been nice? Wouldn't have that been great if it was just a pandemic? Pandas just around, not hurting nobody, not doing much other than looking for bamboo to eat, and everybody just had bamboo and you saw all the pandas. That would have been great. That would have been fun. Yeah, but you know, so the pandemic with Modelo 17. Sorry, I'm speaking in euphemism because I don't know how sensitive YouTube is still toward this stuff. But it's nice to see that Sundowner's restaurant did not succumb to Modelo 21. Oh my goodness, that is good Algerian whiskey. Sundowners looks good, and I want to go. Yes, one day it'd be nice to go to Sundowners. Oh, so just to kick it back to the Deadpool thing real quick, I did see a pretty interesting little thread. They do have little croutons, yes, and the salads are good too. I used to like getting the shrimp because I like fried shrimp. So they used to the there are threads online of people talking about stuff, right? Now these threads are saying, hey, is this the last we're gonna see of Wolverine and Deadpool and all these people? Because, you know, hey, Hugh Jackman's getting kind of old. And Deadpool, maybe he's getting old. Now, personally, I don't think so. But if we were to give grace and know to leave on that beautiful, beautiful high note, bearing the question, do we just have now a new buddy comedy-esque thing going with Deadpool and Wolverine and crank it out for as much as it's worth? That I don't think they should do. Personally, I would love to see the MCU and Disney and everything, Marvel, give us one more good Deadpool Wolverine movie. But the kicker is you gotta add Spidey in there. You gotta have Spider-Man in there. And if you really want to go for broke, in between, I would love to see what kind of crazy shenanigans Deadpool, Wolverine, Peter Parker, Tom Holland, of course, and an introduced Miles Morales would get into. If you give that, and it's a solid, fun, beautiful, just courageous, entertaining film, I think they could go off on that. Because Tom Holland, I have a feeling Tom Holland's gonna look. He's gonna look. My man's gonna look 19 to 22 for the next 30 years. Like he's got a baby face, and he's in incredible shape. Obviously, Tom Holland's he's gonna be Peter Parker for a while if he so chooses. Obviously, but yeah, I would be okay at the most with one more. If they did that and they rocked it, Wolverine, Deadpool, Ryan Reynolds is super down, Hugh Jackman is super down, just to kick it off in a real right way. Let Daphne Keane come back again as X-23. Yeah, I think that would be good, and then you could really let that rest. If you introduce a new Deadpool, if there's any other people, I mean, heck, they're already in talks about who could possibly play the next Wolverine. And I gotta say, there's a cameo in the film of a heavy hitter who people are like, this fool should play the next Wolverine. And honestly, I ain't mad about it. So go watch the movie, because then you can see. I could use a good chimichanga. Chimichanga does sound good. Alley poop. But yes, I could, a good chimichanga right now. Chimichangas. What else did Deadpool like? Bongs. He loves Lady Death. Let's see. I know probably the first thing is chimichangas. Deep fried burrito. That's funny. A deep fried burrito, which is why Tex-Mex maybe one. So apparently Deadpool really loves Tex-Mex. I love that. How much does he love them? So much so that the adorable toy company Funko Pop made him his very own chimichangas truck. That's amazing. So it looks like it's it, man. Like the chimichangas is like, that's where Deadpool always has his stuff. I like it. Oh, well, apparently he's an emotional eater. Oh, Deadpool, you're like an emotional brother. But according to an overview, so chimichangas is obviously number one. He loves pancakes, pizza, and tacos. Bet money he's had all four of those at one time, like in one mouthful. I think all of us, especially in our family, yeah, we were emotional eats. I wonder if that's also like a lot, you know, for gente, right? Like just you eat. So it's such a huge part of the culture to just eat delicious foods. Sounds like the diet of champions. I mean, Deadpool's metabolism. I wonder if there's I wonder if there is like a fat Deadpool. In one of the universes, Deadpool just let himself go hard. It is. It's the diet of champions. This is the diet of champions. Hey, buddy. My little golden retriever, my little yellow Labrador just came into the room. Hey, buddy. Careful with the things. Careful with the things, buddy. You know, he's not clumsy, but his tail is. See, he mentioned pancakes last time, right? He right here in the pancakes, and I do love a good pancake. I really, really do. It's been a while though since I've had. I don't know why, but those little mom pop diner places always make the best pancakes. Usually, like the best breakfast foods. You know, they'll have like French toast or waffles and stuff like that. Like those little mom pop places, man, where their pancakes are kind of yellow. I don't know what it is. Maybe it's something in the batter or something, extra egg, whatever. But like, yeah, I remember, like, I miss those pancakes. Those are good pancakes. Pancakers. This stream is making me hungry. Oh, hungry for love, and it's hungry for love. Oh, let's also just can I really just really advocate for the soundtrack of Deadpool and Wolverine? That's a thing. That is absolutely a thing. Fantastic soundtrack. So many and well placed music. Let's just go with that too. I'd say I don't remember too much if anything added to the dramatics, but they knew which ones to hit for the comedics, man. Like that, some of that stuff hit were super beautifully hard with the comedic stuff. And I'll never. You can't. You could never underestimate the power of a good, well timed and placed song to punchline. It's a punchline within itself. Stephanie T says hashtag Team French Toast. French toast, like that's a toughie, man. It is. I'm all the fact that you love it, I love it too, baby girl. I love it. The fact that you love it, I love it. It just depends on my mood. I do sometimes I feel, but I think my go-to is either a pancake or a waffle. Usually pancakes, but yeah, I can't bet on a good piece of French. I do like the thicker cuts of French toast though. I don't like them when they're small, little, like tiny little triangles. I like them when they have like a thicker bread, or give me the whole bread, the whole brioche. Victor Cousin Tostado says, is Marvel making a Gambit movie? Maybe. Obviously they were gonna. Let me double check. Let's see. Vamos a ver. Yup. But honestly, I want to say no. But after Deadpool and Wolverine, it is highly possible. Let's see. So it says spoilers, friends, sort of. Yup. This is pretty it's pretty, like, I don't know how that looks for y'all, but like in my screen it looks pretty small, like it's pretty illegible, but like I can see it obviously on my fellow screen here, so. But in the Deadpool Wolverine, Tatum finally got his debut to X-Men Mutant Gambit, and we're going to spend 4 years download kind of such a particular the project for through and do our So so to answer your question, cuz it doesn't look like it at the time being. I wouldn't mind a Gambit movie. Just Remy Laveau just doing awesome things before he gets. You know what would be cool here? I'll say this. This might be something a little more. This might be something a little more. The format could lend itself to something a little more sharp and a little more. I think the medium could work better with this particular way of introducing some of these characters. See, so you had X-Men 97, which, by the way, anybody who was a fan of the old X-Men cartoons, y'all know what I'm talking about, in the 90s, you know, like the old X-Men 97 on Disney Plus is phenomenal, and not too many cracks in the butt. Okay, nobody getting in some butt. I mean, there's some butt and there's some cracks in the booty, but it's a lovely booty. It's a lovely booty. And I'm not even a booty guy, I'm a booby guy, but like the cracks and the cleavage in the butts, it's like they're so minuscule in the overall narrative of X-Men 97, with stuff that legitimately made me tear up, like I was at a Beatles concert or something. Like and Gambit is Gambit is is a key player in X-Men '97. Does some pretty incredible things. So check out X-Men '97. It's a beautiful call to the original cartoon, and I'd say in some ways even excels the original cartoon, because some of the animation, obviously the animations have grown leaps and bounds. X-Men has always been a timeless, always relevant means of storytelling, and they really did a good job of just always making it sort of a universal tie-in to stuff that's going on now, and it's relevant to just a different demographic of people while still speaking to a same demographic. It's great. But for Victor Tostado, I would love to see if they're going to do live actions, get a live action X-Men TV series in the vein of what I guess they were probably going to try to do with the original Fox movies, like the original X-Men, when Hugh Jackman debuted as Wolverine, and Patrick Stewart and everybody, Ian McKellen, and Mama Suki from True Blood. Oh my goodness, Anna Paquin as Rogue, and just as good cast of people. Do that and have kind of every episode be like a nice cool introduction, and then maybe the second part of the show be the big, if they want to have interspersing thing where they become the X-Men, but like have each episode kind of be a cool little nod to their own thing. I think that'd be really cool. Yeah, I would say that might serve the character Gambit a little more. But then again, who knows? If anybody out there in lovely internet's lands knows like a really cool story of Gambits that could really work in a film medium where it's between a 90-minute and a 2.5-hour movie, I'm all for it. Let me know. Let me throw it up in the comments and stuff. Victor Tosal says, I liked X-Men '97. Yep. Mama Anna, Mama Ooh says, what's a Gambit movie? Well, Mama, I know you know X-Men. So Gambit is the name of one of the characters in X-Men. He's called the Gambit. Here, I'll show you. Yoink. Boop. I don't know, Mama, if you have seen any of the I don't know if you saw I think he made a debut in the X-Men Wolverine origin story, the movie X-Men Origins Wolverine. So I don't know if you can see him right there. That's Gambit. His name is Remy LeBeau. He is very Southern Louisiana. I can't even do I'd have to practice it's a little better picture of Gambit. I'd have to practice the accent because it's very Louisiana. Not Louisiana, but very much in like specific part of the what do they call it? Not Cockney. Oh, New Orleans draw. But he's super smooth, super awesome, big flirt, and he gets a beautiful way. Does some pretty beautiful, awesome things in X-Men '97. And I don't know if y'all saw it, but apparently I wrote Gambit, and like a movie came up with like what's that? Michael Caine. Well, Michael Caine was he in a movie called The Gambit? Oh no, is that Colin Firth, Alan Rickman, and Cameron Diaz and Stanley Tucci? Oh, there's just a movie called Gambit. It's a comedy crime movie. All right, hey, why not? Why not? 7T says Creole Louisiana accent. Yeah, yeah, I can't. That is, I have been gifted with the way of accents, and that one is one I would need to practice, because it is so very much like just like certain parts of you go like to Britain, and there's just those little nuanced dialects. You know, even if you go to certain parts of Asia where a dialect going in, and if they're speaking English, but like parts of Vietnamese accent would be different from like a Thai accent or a Korean, like it's just, so that's the Creole Louisiana accent is so like, man, so specific, because it's not just southern southern run from Louisiana. It's not that. It's and it's like, I guess one of the ones that people could probably know was like from Waterboy. Like his mother is like playing the foosball with Bobby Boucher. Bobby Boucher, and he abandoned us, Bobby, the boys, the football. I can't see. I gotta try and hear it in my head, and I can't. But yeah, I would be down to see. I would be down to see all the X-Men kind of get like a nice proper like a real nice proper sort of origin story focusing on each character, kind of like they did with kind of like what they would have done with something like Lost. I don't know if y'all remember the show Lost way back in the day, but you know, there was a big thing, and then throughout the show you got backstories of each character that you were introduced to, and then there was just a main narrative going on as you kind of learned more about the characters throughout the series. And you know, then you found out they were intertwined. Some of them have interacted with each other. I think, if I'm not mistaken, that was the first show to do a flash forward. So at one point in the show they went forward in time, because then you see kind of what happened. Plus there was like time flux and all this kind of weird metaphysical things that went on in the show. It was interesting. But I think a nice linear story with X-Men introducing the characters. Like, I would love to see, you know, a young Beast, you know, a young Hank McCoy, you know, being his big kind of beefy self before he turns himself into the Beast. You know, Remy Gambit going into you know, his Thieves Guild and all the kind of the upbringing that he had. Even Jubilee, and here's the thing: I can't even speak on Jubilee that much because I don't know much about her. That's hence why I would want to see the show. But you know, get to see Rogue, Cyclops, and everything going on when he was growing up in Russia and stuff like that, and especially in the climate where everybody's freaking out about mutants. You know, and if they wanted, they can go into a thing with Wolverine, but you know, we've seen it. Like, Wolverine's gotten probably the most cinematic attention of all the X-Men. I'd probably say like second to Wolverine would probably be a pretty equal tie between Xavier and Magneto. You know, yeah. But that's what that would be my suggestion. That would be my pitch to Marvel and Disney of like, hey, why not a live action thing with the X-Men kind of intertwining really cool stories, origin stories between the characters, and something cool to introduce a live action version of them with good character work, and you know, play with comic accurate situations, circumstances, characters, and body types and stuff like that. I think it'd be really cool. Oh, like Morph who can change into anybody in the same way like a Mystique, you know, stuff like that. So let's do it. Freaking yeah, why not? Take a chance, Disney. Take a chance, Disney and Marvel. Just say, why not? You know, my friends, we are almost about an hour and a half in. I think, you know, to be honest, I can call it. Just like a phone, I can call it here. and say that this was a pretty awesome stream regarding Deadpool and the Wolverine. This is my task to you, friends. Go check out Deadpool and Wolverine because it's awesome. Check out X-Men 97 because it's awesome. But no, seriously, I advocate if you're looking for a great time, you're gonna laugh, you're gonna slap your knee, and you're gonna poop on yourself when you watch Deadpool and Wolverine because it's good. There's a little dog in there. There's a little dog called Dogpool, and he calls him Mary Poppins. Excuse me, calls her Mary Poppins, and it's like she's adorable little shaggy little dog with her tongue hanging out. It is great. But yes, I highly recommend. This is out of 10 adamantium swords, 10 adamantium claws, I give it a 9.5, almost a 10 out of 9.5, almost a 10 out of 10. Jerry Stephanie Camacho says, I missed the X-Men cartoons when we were little. Well, guess what, Jerry Stephanie Camacho? X-Men 97 and the original X-Men cartoons are on Disney Plus. You're welcome. But go check out these movies, friend. And if you have the time, if you really want a really kind of expansive, in-depth, and really kind of engaging cinematic experience, you gotta watch Butt Nasty Busty Vixens 20. 21, 22, 20, 21, 22 are the best ones. Okay, remember, Busty Butt Nasty Vixens in Paris and Washington, numbers 20, 21, and 22 are great. Butt nasty, beautiful, boobied vixens of the Amazon. Brilliant. All right, my friends. I hope you have fun hearing about a non-spoiler. Actually, I was going to go into it, so maybe that'll be a different stream. But I was going to go into it in a later time. But a non-spoiler review of Deadpool and Wolverine. I loved it. Coming at you with more of these things in the near future, I promise. Oh, and if you like what you see here, friends, if you love having this content come out to you, coming through all the Tidlong Day, if you want to help support the channel, go ahead and check out the links below that I have in my description. Always very much from the bottom of my heart and my booty, my butt. Thank you for the donations and the help. Coming back. All right, friends. Dimitri, your friendly neighborhood Heyoka, saying, hey, peace is the default. Damn near everything is nuanced. And please, just be freaking excellent to each other. All right, y'all. I think that's a see you later. All right, now to watch Busty, Beautiful, Butt Nasty Vixens Vol.